Hello everybody, Chris from dubizzle Cars here, and I have a burning question to ask you. Why buy an SUV when you can buy a van? A van is more spacious. Okay, it's a bit lower to the ground, but it offers the same capabilities as an SUV besides the off-roading part of it. Well, let me show you the 2021 Mercedes-Benz V250. And here is said 2021 Mercedes van. As you can see, it's very large. It's very imposing, and maybe for the newbie driver, probably not the best choice. However, despite its sheer size, this car is pretty agile. It offers multiple drive modes for a more engaging experience, including manual and sport modes. But before we get into that, let's have a look at the exterior. Up front, we have the signature Mercedes-Benz grille up front, flanked by LED headlights. We have gorgeous 18-inch alloys on each corner, which look rather fetching and are actually the same ones that you can find on the CLA. And as we come over to the back, we have, of course, a rather large door for the boot. While we're at this huge door, let's have a look at what's behind it, but first we have to open it. Now, with all cars, there are multiple ways to do it. I initially thought there were just two, inside and down there. However, there is a third option on the key. And what you have to do with the key is you step back, you hold the button to open it, and up it goes automatically. You don't have to lift a finger. And the good news is with this van being so low, unlike an SUV where it's higher up, you barely have to lift the stuff from the ground to put it in the boot. And surprisingly enough, the boot is actually pretty spacious back here. It even has a shelving unit here, which I initially thought was a shade, but actually it's pretty solid. You can lift it up if you need more space, although it is a bit heavy. And you can also move it backwards and forwards if you want more space for the seats. There's plenty of space, not just for people, but for goods as well. Inside the 2021 V250, we have the usual suspects of leather seats all around, and of course, it is comfortable. If I'm not mistaken, in base trims, you can actually get it with fabric seats, but the middle option and then the full option version comes with these comfy leather seats, and all the seats are leather inside the car. They are powered with memory on this side. They're also memory on that side, which is surprising. And they also have heated options. Cooled is missing. I think that's an option on the full loaded version. So let's check out some features while we're inside the car here. We have our leather wrapped multifunction steering wheel with paddle shifters, mind you. By the way, this is still a van that we're looking at here. It has a digital display in the middle with traditional analog gauges on either side. But here's what you want to know about. Of course, this is the AC controls, which is loud at the moment, so we'll turn it down. We have a small-ish screen here, which is great. And as always, it is the MBUX system, and it is very fast and it's very fluid and clear. We have the control system here with this mouse pad, which is, to be honest, is kind of annoying to use, but after a while you do get used to it. And then we have some controls on the side here. One of them is to open the door on that side, the other is to do it on this side. But the one I want to show you is this one here. It says dynamic, and it's a little roller. And what it does is it will put the car into sport or manual mode. Let's go inside. But before we do that, I have to open that door. And I don't want to open that door. I want an easier way. I don't want to lift the handle. I'm just going to simply press and hold the key, and the door opens by itself. I can just walk right in. So inside the V250, the back that is, we have the usual bench for three here at the back, but there's no comfortable armrest here. Instead, you have to deal with an extra seat. So you only have an armrest on this side, but the seats are comfortable and there's plenty of space above and here as well, as long as you don't have passengers sitting in front of you. Because as you can see, we have two more seats here, so we have a total of 5 people sat in the back here. Great for the kids, and also there's plenty of storage bins, there's even a premium sound system, cup holders, best of all, a sunroof. Look at that, it's panoramic as well. Now you're probably wondering what this thing here in the center console is. Well, it's the cup holder, and it's where I can store the keys. It's also got a strange, what looks to be like a mobile phone holder. And you can also move it around. But what it really is a table. So if I want to do some work, I've got my laptop, or I just want to put my book down, it's right there. It seems a bit low, doesn't it? It looks like it's going to cut off my legs, and indeed it is. It's right on my knee. Mercedes have thought about that because you press the middle, up it goes, and there you have it. You have a table to put your laptop or whatever you want to put on it, and you can work in style. Let's have a look at now what's under the bonnet and what powers the V250. Under here is a small 4-cylinder petrol engine with a turbocharger, and it generates 211 horsepower. Now it sends that power to the rear axle via a 9-speed automatic gearbox. As we said before, there are manual shifting modes, which again, this is a van with manual shifting modes, which is very cool. More importantly though, this thing will do 0 to 100 in under 10 seconds. It will do it actually in 9.6 seconds, and that's quicker than some SUVs. What do we think of the V250 here? Well, we're pleasantly surprised. The body roll is minimal, the engine is pretty nippy, and it's pretty agile as well. The sport mode really makes it fast in a straight line as well as the fly tries to attack my nose. But what about pricing? Well, this one starts at 184,000 dirhams, and that's for the base model. This exact trim here will start at 221,000 dirhams, and this one's obviously a bit more than that because it has a few other features. But if you want the fully loaded version, that costs 280,000 dirhams. All three versions come with the same 2-litre turbo, they all have the same amount of horsepower and the same gearbox. And that engine is pretty plucky. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.